Chapter 91 Advancement. Diamond Late Stage. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Yu Yan's jaw dropped. She couldn't believe her eyes. Her husband. Seriously? He just nailed it in one shot. No way. Even seasoned alchemists barely manage that kind of success rate, especially not with something so advanced. Yu Yan was stunned. She clutched her chest, feeling her heart pound. Duang. Finding such an amazing husband was like hitting the jackpot. He's incredible in every way. Alright, let's get some of this medicine on you. Yunyi was stoked. Applying the medicine was his favorite part. He'd packed this batch with all the essence from the giant snake's diamond-level core. Plus the absolute best ingredients he had on hand. Fingers crossed for a breakthrough this time, Yunyi thought, watching as the pills were carefully placed into the bottle. He didn't need the leftover residue. He gave it to Yu Yan, Bai Jishi, Dongfang Ruoyu, and the others. After all, nobody else had the constitution to handle such potent stuff. Yunyi grabbed the finished pills and found a quiet room. Then, he began his attempt to level up. He tossed back a few pills. Instantly, the medicine turned into a surge of energy, flooding his body. No surprise, considering it contained a diamond-level snake crystal core. The potency was off the charts, way stronger than anything he'd used before. But, it still wasn't enough. Frustrated, Yunyi just dumped the rest of the pills into his mouth. Meanwhile, Yu Yan and Bai Jishi also found a quiet spot. They each took a dose of the residue, and braced for the impact. Before long, they emerged from their rooms. Bai Jishi and Dongfang Ruoyu looked completely shocked. They'd actually broken through just from eating some leftover medicinal mud. From gold mid to gold late. Seriously? That's insane. But Yu Yan, who was already a diamond early, hadn't managed to level up. They all glanced hopefully at Yunyi's closed door, hoping their guy was having better luck. But even after a long wait, Yunyi still hadn't come out. Soon, Dongfang Ruoyu headed out, to tell her senior sister the good news. Dongfang Ruoyu entered Yin Weimeng's room. Senior sister, I leveled up. Yin Weimeng's eyes nearly popped out of her head. What? Did she just say she leveled up? Out of the blue? Just like that? Dongfang Ruoyu explained everything to Yin Weimeng, then pulled out the leftover medicinal mud. My husband wanted me to give you this. It should help you level up too. Yin Weimeng was floored. This stuff was incredibly valuable. Suddenly, a thought crossed Yin Weimeng's mind. Why would Mr. Yi give her this? Could it be? Yin Weimeng was flustered, her mind started racing. I'll go buy some rare strains to thank Mr. Yi. Yin Weimeng glanced at Dongfang Ruoyu, who wore a knowing smirk, and panicked even more. She rushed out the door. Yin Weimeng wandered through the trading center in a daze. Her entrance immediately drew attention. After all, she was gorgeous. A diamond-level stranger spotted her and got all hot and bothered. Seeing Yin Weimeng selecting rare strains, he approached her. Leader Yin. Yin Weimeng turned to see the diamond-level stranger. His greasy look made her skin crawl. He was already checking her out. She was disgusted. Hello, is there a problem? Leader Yin, I see you're buying exotic flowers. I heard your 100 Flowers Alliance relies on those to level up. But I don't think you need to bother with that. I could give you some high-level crystal cores to help you advance. His leering tone made Yin Weimeng even more disgusted. She glared at him and said, I'm sorry, I don't need them. Mr. Yi is going to help me level up. I'm just picking out a gift for him. Mr. Yi? Yunyi. The diamond-level stranger's eyes narrowed. That guy again. Why was it always this guy? It was the giant golden tree yesterday, and now it's Yin Weimeng. But he didn't dare to do anything. He remembered what happened to Zhao Keng. He could only seethe silently. Yin Weimeng saw his expression and tilted her chin up slightly. It was the first time she had experienced the thrill of name-dropping. So satisfying. Then, she pumped her fist. As if she'd made a decision. Back home, Dongfang Ruoyu watched Yin Weimeng return with the rare strains. Ruoyu, please give these to Mr. Yi for me. This is my congratulatory gift, Yin Weimeng said, biting her lip nervously. Wait, I need to grab something else. Yin Weimeng went to the back room and returned with a letter. She handed it to Dongfang Ruoyu. Please give this to Mr. Yi. Dongfang Ruoyu glanced at the letter, then at her senior sister's blushing face, and got the message. She turned to leave, but then Yin Weimeng stopped her. Wait. Whatever you do, don't open it and read it. Yin Weimeng blurted out. Relax, I won't, senior sister. Dongfang Ruoyu winked and headed out. As she walked, she thought, looks like the sister hierarchy might be changing around here. Meanwhile, in Yunyi's room. With a feeling of shattering through a wall, Yunyi's eyes snapped open. He clenched his fists, distorting the space around him. The sonic boom was deafening. He'd done it. He broke through. Yunyi checked his attribute panel. Name, Yunyi. Height, 185 centimeters. Level, late diamond stage. Skills, rapid absorption. God-level hunting skills, second stage of Joyo Chi. God-level movement, second stage of indestructible Vajra. Weapons, battle axe level 2, sun shooting sky bow level 2. Props, 19 God-level alien beast control pills, 10 dead soldier puppets. Strength, early diamond, 9 bottles of God-level alien beast blood pure liquid reward, 100 poison pills, 100 antidote pills, 99 tracking charms. Advanced card. Creation progress is 30%. Diamond late stage. He finally reached the late diamond stage. At the same time, as his strength increased, the death soldier puppets had also reached the early diamond stage. His power was truly terrifying. Chapter 92 Dead Soldier Puppet, Come Again. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Yunyi felt the surge of power within him. With the combined might of the Joyo energy, he was ready to face even the early stages of the Xingqian level. Time to get out of here, he thought. When the others saw him emerge, they rushed over. Honey, how did it go? Did you break through? Yeah, tell us. Speak up, husband, we're dying in here. Everyone looked at him with hopeful eyes, especially Yuyan. She remained silent for a moment. Being at the early diamond stage herself, she understood how incredibly difficult it was to level up inside the picture. It wasn't just a matter of wishing it into existence, but then, Yunyi smiled at them. Why are you all so worked up? Relax, I'll take care of it. We'll break through, no problem. Everyone stared at him, speechless. Yuyan covered her mouth, shocked. A breakthrough? Just like that? Seriously? The others were equally stunned. After a moment, Dongfang Ruoyu pulled Yunyi aside, handing him a letter from her senior sister. My senior sister wanted you to see this. Yunyi looked puzzled, but he took it and read it. His face froze. Oh boy, he looked at Dongfang Ruoyu, who seemed to be smiling secretively. Alright, time for a reward. Dongfang Ruoyu quickly waved her hands. Reward my senior sister first. Okay, I'll give you an extra reward later. Yunyi then headed out of the garden. Watching him leave, Dongfang Ruoyu sighed in relief. She could barely handle him before, and now that he had leveled up, she didn't even want to think about it. Sister, enjoy. She clasped her hands together, silently blessing her senior sister. Meanwhile, Yin Weimeng was anxiously waiting in her room, nervously adjusting her cheongsam. She gazed at herself in the mirror, admiring how her long, slender legs peeked out from the slit, accentuated by the form-fitting dress. The thin waist and assets made her face flush with embarrassment. She unconsciously bit her lip, but Yunyi still hadn't arrived. Could it be? Am I not attractive enough? A look of disappointment crossed her face, but then she sensed someone approaching. Her heart pounded in her chest, her breathing quickened, then came the sound of the door opening. Creak, that she saw Yunyi standing there. His eyes lit up as he took her in, so captivating, like a Jiangnan beauty, meant to be admired from afar, but Yunyi wasn't one to hesitate. Master Yi. Before she could finish, he stepped into the room, lightly kicking the door shut behind him. Soon after, the members of the Hundred Flowers Alliance began to whisper. They all knew what was happening, their faces flushed with embarrassment as they realized the implications. Now that the Alliance leader and Deputy Alliance leader are involved with Mr. Yi, will things be more open? Before. They had to avoid the high-level officials, but now, their faces grew even redder. So scandalous. A strange, tingly feeling washed over them. Late into the night, inside the barrier, the clan leader paced anxiously in the family living room. Today was a momentous day. After being with Mr. Yi for so long, he had finally made his move. A historic moment, but he wasn't entirely sure yet, so he had sent family members to investigate. They're back, a voice snapped him out of his thoughts. He looked up to see a clan member returning. Well? Is there a big banquet in Master Ye's garden tonight? He asked anxiously. He needed to know if there was no banquet, or if there was a banquet but he wasn't invited. The latter would send him into a panic. Master Yi isn't holding a big banquet tonight. That the clan leader felt a wave of elation wash over him. Fantastic. Could this mean no more wives? Sweet. At the same time, the other family heads inside the barrier were overjoyed. Great news. Think of the money we'll save. While they were celebrating, Yunyi walked out of Weiming's room. He gazed at the blood moon in the sky. He stared intently, as if trying to pierce through the fog that shrouded it, but the moon remained an enigma. Too bad. Can't hold a banquet tonight. One night less of gifts. Suddenly, a light curtain popped up in front of him. Congratulations to the host for successfully marrying a wife. Obtain 20% of the advanced card creation progress. Current progress, 50%. O. Halfway there, Yunyi turned his attention away from the moon. Accumulating resources might take forever, even with the entire barrier's strength. Better to rely on the advanced card. This time, advancement would take him to the early stage of the stars. Bronze, silver, gold, diamond, stars, king level. Once he reached the star level, he would be a true powerhouse. Then, another light curtain appeared. Congratulations to the host's wife for her successful pregnancy. Reward, 10 dead soldier puppets. 10 more dead soldier puppets. Not bad. Their strength grows with me. He pulled up his properties panel. Name, Yunyi. Height, 185 centimeters. Level, late diamond stage. Skills, rapid absorption. God level hunting skills. Second stage of Joyo Chi. God level movement. Second stage of indestructible Vetra. Weapons, battle axe level 2. Sun shooting sky bow level 2. Props. 19 God level alien beast control pills. 20 dead soldier puppets. Strength, early diamond stage. 9 bottles of God level alien beast blood pure liquid reward. 100. Poison pills, 100 antidote pills, 99 tracking charms, advanced card creation progress, 50%. It's late. No need to go back to the garden. He turned and re-entered the room. He gazed at the sleeping, exhausted Weiming, then lay down beside her. Chapter 93. The barrier is forced. Purgatory on Earth. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The next morning, Yunyi shared another intimate moment with Weiming. Afterward, he walked her back to the garden. Zhou Huiwei and Dongfang Ruoyu were already awake and watching, smiles playing on their faces. They had been worried sick about where he was all night and why he hadn't come back to sleep, especially with the big banquet planned. Dongfang Ruoyu had finally filled them in. Seeing Yunyi and Weiming returning hand in hand didn't surprise them. Instead, they welcomed Weiming into their fold. Good sister. Zhou Huiwei greeted her warmly. Weiming glanced at Zhou Huiwei, whose pregnancy was becoming more noticeable due to her slender frame. She knew, of course, that Zhou Huiwei was the first to join Yunyi, having spent plenty of time with everyone in the garden. She returned the greeting. Dongfang Ruoyu approached with a smile. Good sister. Yin Weimang was speechless. Seriously? You're calling me senior sister? She thought, but then, it didn't seem so wrong. After all, she was the youngest of the bunch now. Oh well. Even the former members of the Hundred Flowers Alliance could call her good sister. If she had known this, she wouldn't have hesitated. She should have married sooner to climb the ranks and enjoy more pampering. Last night had certainly revealed how irresistible Yunyi was to so many women. Meanwhile, Yunyi started feeding his three strange beasts, whoosh, the sound of food pouring into the basins echoed through the garden, Red Flame Tiger, Little Heizi, and Qingling Depeng all came running. Qingling Depeng was the last to arrive because it couldn't spread its wings properly in the garden. It had to run, which meant it was no match for Qi Yanhu and Xiao Heizi. So, it ambled over looking like a disgruntled family member at a reunion, which was a sight to behold. Once it arrived, it began eating ravenously. A moment later, Qingling Depeng let out a loud screech that reverberated everywhere, startling Yunyi. He looked at the bird and saw that it was even bigger than before. Its feathers were growing darker, and its claws, beak, and even individual feathers were now gleaming with a metallic sheen. It looked incredibly imposing. A light screen popped up in front of Yunyi. Species, Qingling Depeng. Bloodline, pure. Grade, late golden stage. Gold, late stage. Yunyi wondered. This guy leveled up. Awesome. He thought. Just then, a frantic knocking echoed at the garden door. Dongfang Ruoyu hurried to open it, revealing several family heads standing outside. Where's Mr. Yi? They asked, knowing they were there to see her husband. Dongfang Ruoyu stepped aside. Please come in. The family heads entered and saw Yunyi feeding the strange beasts. They rushed over, their expressions anxious. Yunyi looked up, noting their worried faces. What's wrong? He asked immediately. Master Yi, the Jiaying barrier has been breached. The news made Yunyi frown. The girls nearby gasped, shocked by what they'd heard. The barrier, breached? They couldn't believe it. Before they could ask, Yunyi's mouth twitched. Let's go. Do you know the current situation over there? The family heads followed closely as Yunyi spoke. Jiaying barrier is a small one. There are some gold-level aliens among them, but a massive beast wave hit today. A powerful alien beast crushed the barrier directly. The other beasts are pouring in. This message was sent by the people at Jiaying barrier using alien beasts and pigeons a while ago. Now, maybe. The family heads trailed off, their voices filled with dread, as memories of the apocalypse 5 years ago flooded their minds. They feared Jiaying barrier had already turned into a living hell. We've notified other diamond-level aliens and the other family heads, one of them added. Alright, Yunyi nodded. He had been killing strange beasts for so long that he'd started to think humans had the upper hand. But he had to remember, it had only been 5 years since the end of the world. Humanity was only just getting organized. The strange beasts in the wild, on the other hand, had been fighting and evolving for 5 years. Compared to the vast areas teeming with alien beasts, the human barrier zones were insignificant. As a result, alien beasts were evolving much faster than humans. This was a wake-up call for Yunyi. He needed to increase his strength as quickly as possible. Soon, the other family heads and diamond-level aliens arrived. Yunyi let out a loud whistle. Qingling Depeng spread its wings and soared into the sky. Let's go. We're heading there now. Yunyi announced, stomping his foot. The ground cracked beneath him as he launched himself onto Qingling Depeng's back. The family heads and diamond-level aliens followed suit, leaping onto the bird. Yunyi patted the bird's back. Qingling Depeng flapped its wings and shot forward. Whoosh, the sound of rushing winds suddenly filled the air. Everyone on the bird's back gasped. This speed, it's terrifying. A short time later, Qingling Depeng approached Jiaying barrier. Everyone squinted, taking in the scene below. their faces grim. The barrier was breached, a gaping hole torn through it as if some massive alien beast had smashed its way through. Inside, smoke billowed. Alien beasts roamed freely, attacking anything that moved. Wails, roars, and the sickening sound of flesh tearing filled the air, a cacophony of horror. "When we get there, spread out and help," Yunyi instructed, his voice firm. Everyone stared at him, dumbfounded. The diamond-level alien who had given Yunyi the antidote before looked at Yunyi, then down at the ground. "How are we supposed to get down?" Yunyi looked at him, then raised his foot. Boom! The alien flew backwards, plummeting headfirst. After a prolonged scream, the alien landed with a thud. "Anyone else unsure about how to dismount?" Yunyi asked, scanning the group. "Everyone. We get it, we get it." How could they not understand after that demonstration? The family heads looked at the dizzying height below, their hearts pounding. Although they were high-level aliens, they had never jumped from such a height before, and they felt a surge of apprehension, but there was a lesson to be learned. They closed their eyes and jumped off Qinglingdepeng. Chapter 94 The Mysterious Man. You are listening at novelfull.audio. As the dust settled, family heads and diamond-level warriors alike lay scattered on the ground. They'd underestimated the impact of that fall, expecting more than just a few aches. Shrugging it off, they turned their attention to the monstrous beasts before them. The fight was on. Yunyi, observing the scene, reached out, and the shooting sun bow materialized in his hand. Sunlight glinted off the bow's cold surface. He stood like a god of war, surveying the battlefield. He drew back the bowstring, knocking an arrow. The bow bent to its limit. The arrow flew. Thwack! A late gold beast crumpled. The arrow pierced its skull and vanished into the earth. Gone. Again and again, Yunyi drew and fired. Each arrow found its mark. Thinning the horde, he noticed a series of colossal footprints, leading towards the gap in the barrier. This beast was massive, bigger than any giant serpent he'd seen. A shiver ran down his spine. What level of creature are we dealing with here? He prepared to give chase on Qinglingdepeng. That way, he patted the great bird, guiding it to follow the tracks into the dense forest. But then, boom. Boom, whoosh, on the other side of the barrier, trees crashed to the earth, dust billowed, the ground shook, the forest swayed like wheat in the wind. What's going on? Yunyi's face darkened. A stampede. Why here, why now? First the southern wall, now this on the western side. Worse, this wasn't just any stampede. Late gold and early diamond beasts ran rampant. If they breached the barrier, the survivors, and those family heads who just jumped would be slaughtered. This whole place was cursed. He dismissed the shooting sun bow with a flick of his wrist. The battle axe materialized in its place. He leaped forward. The beasts thundered toward the west gate, crushing everything in their path. Boom. A deafening blast stopped them cold. Dust swirled. As it cleared, Yunyi stood with his axe at the ready. The beasts seemed stunned. How dare nobody stand in their way? The lead beast roared and charged. Yunyi stood his ground, gripped his axe. One swing. Thwack. The lead beast, a late-stage gold, fell instantly. Its head exploded in a shower of blood and gore. Then, Yunyi became a blur of motion. He danced among the beasts. Thwack. 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 Flesh tore, and beasts fell. The more he killed, the faster he moved. God-level agility, 9 nether energy, and a hunter's instinct pushed to the limit, combined with his recently acquired late diamond strength. None could withstand him. Each strike reaped a life. Even diamond-level beasts were no match. Before long, the ground was covered in corpses. Rivers of blood flowed. From above, Qinglingdepeng returned, crying out, Yunyi looked up. What did it find? He glanced at the dead beasts. No time to clean up. I'll wait for the family heads. He wiped the blood from his axe and leaped onto Qinglingdepeng's back. The great bird flew in the opposite direction from the beast's tracks. Chasing that monster is pointless now. Let's see what Qinglingdepeng found. Soon, they spotted a large cave. Outside, sat a massive, diamond-like crystal core. Yunyi's eyes widened. A late-stage diamond beast's crystal core. What's it doing here? Then it clicked, the crystal core's energy must have scared those beasts into a panic, he grabbed the crystal core and stored it in his system space, then, gripping his axe tightly, he approached the cave. Inside, the stench of blood hit him, he saw a figure slumped against the wall, he moved closer, his eyes narrowed, a dead man, a gaping wound tore through his chest. Clawed or bitten by a beast, he noticed something in the man's hands, a photo. Yunyi picked it up. A girl, young, vibrant, beautiful, a natural beauty, captivating, his daughter, But Yunyi, accustomed to beauty, quickly moved on, he focused on what the man held in his other hand, a key, a massive key, what lock needs a key this big, the man was dead, so he couldn't ask. He stored the key in his system space, he rifled through the man's pack, his eyes lit up, 2 more late-stage beast crystal cores. 3 late-stage cores in total. Was this guy a star-level warrior, but why such a gruesome death, could the monster that caused the stampede have done this, if so, what level is it, and why was it chasing this man, a storm of questions flooded Yunyi's mind. Chapter 95 Barrier Alliance Army. You are listening at novelfull.audio. But nobody answered him. Let's go check out where that giant alien beast was, Yunyi thought to himself. Besides, with all the family heads and diamond-level experts on the other side of the barrier, things should be okay. Meanwhile, back at the shattered barrier, the newcomers who just jumped down were already in a fight. Thwack! With one swing of his blade, Family Head Wang lopped off the front paw of a late gold stage beast. You monster! Family Head Wang roared, his eyes bloodshot. The scene was just too horrific. Once those beasts broke through, they started killing everything in sight, young, old, strong, weak, it didn't matter. He'd just seen a baby impaled on the fangs of one of them. How could he not be enraged? Yowl! The beast in front of him shrieked in pain, its eyes burning with fury. It swung its remaining claw down at Family Head Wang. Whoosh! The wind whistled. Family Head Wang gritted his teeth, raising his giant knife to block the blow. Clang! The sound of metal on metal rang out. Then, the alien beast's tail lashed out, aiming for Family Head Wang's chest. Fast. Powerful. It was going for a one-hit kill. The force was incredible. Family Head Wang's eyes widened in disbelief. This thing was going all in. Damn. He couldn't even raise his arms to defend. He could only watch as the tail whipped toward him like a steel cable. But then, a figure suddenly appeared. Family Head Wang gasped. The hair on his neck stood on end. A young man was standing in front of him, casually gripping the alien beast's tail. He lifted it like it weighed nothing, as if he were holding a kitten by the tail. Then, with a flick of his wrist, he slammed the alien beast into the ground. The young man followed up, raining down blows. Punch. Punch. Thud, thud, crunch, with a final punch, he smashed open the alien beast's skull, retrieving the crystal core. Family Head Wang was speechless. What the? This was brutal. Even Mr. Yi wasn't this violent. Hurry up and help them. Zhou Kai, clutching the crystal core, ordered the other young men. That's when Family Head Wang noticed the newcomers, all wearing black cloaks emblazoned with a dragon. The cloaks billowed in the wind. It was quite the spectacle. Family Head Wang was stunned as he watched them enter the fray. Their fighting prowess was remarkable. Were they all diamond-level aliens? Where had this group of powerhouses come from? But there was no time to ponder such things. Family Head Wang jumped back into the fight. Zhou Kai, who just killed a late gold stage beast in a flash, was laser-focused. He set his sights on a diamond-level beast in the distance. Time to rumble. Soon, the sound of tearing flesh filled the air, and he held another diamond-grade crystal core in his hand. With the addition of these new fighters, the strange beasts within the barrier were quickly taken care of. Everyone gathered, covered in blood. The young men turned to Zhou Kai. Brother Kai, we really need that barrier alliance with the Bastion Union army the 9 kings and generals have been talking about. If we had troops stationed here, one said, the casualties wouldn't be so high. Zhou Kai nodded in agreement, his eyes shining with admiration when he heard mention of the 9 kings and generals. He looked at the family heads and diamond-level strangers around him. They'd arrived quickly, but they clearly weren't from this barrier. If they were, the barrier wouldn't have been breached so easily. Besides, this small barrier couldn't have supported this kind of setup. Which barrier are you from? You guys got here so fast. We were patrolling nearby, but we couldn't get here as quickly as you. Zhou Kai asked. Family head Wang replied, we're strangers from the blue and white barrier, following Mr. Yi. Mr. Yi has flying beasts, so we got here faster. Mr. Yi? Zhou Kai and the others exchanged glances. Who was this Mr. Yi? Who are you guys? Several diamond-level strangers frowned, looking around. Where was Yunyi? He'd kicked them off that Qingling Depeng. Then, he'd just wandered off. Nobody knew where he'd gone. The guy kicked them off the bird and made them do all the fighting, leaving them in danger while he went off on his own. Thinking about it, several diamond-level strangers glared at each other. It wasn't beyond him. The jerk. The epitome of selfish. They were still salty about Yunyi hogging that giant golden tree. But then, a family head came running up, panting. Mr. Yi single-handedly dealt with the beast tied at the west gate. The family head's eyes widened in disbelief. Mr. Yi. Alone. He'd stopped the beast tide. What kind of beast tide was it? No wonder they couldn't find Mr. Yi. He was out there fighting by himself. If another wave of beasts attacked, they wouldn't be able to hold on. Let's go check it out, Zhou Kai said, intrigued. Just how powerful was this Mr. Yi? And he'd held off a beast tied by himself. What level of beast tide was it? And who was in charge of these guys? This was relevant to his mission. Zhou Kai gave the order, leaving a few behind while the others headed toward the west gate. They hadn't even reached the gate before they smelled the strong scent of blood. They pressed on. Further and further. Their eyes grew wider and wider. Their eyeballs felt like they were about to pop out. What was this? Somebody tell them. What was this? Even Zhou Kai and the others were stunned. This wasn't just any beast tide. There were numerous early diamond and late gold stage alien beasts. One person could actually stop something like this. It'd have to be at least mid-diamond stage. Zhou Kai glanced at himself. He was mid-diamond stage. But even he couldn't have dealt with these strange beasts so cleanly and efficiently. Chapter 96 9 Generals. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Behind Zhou Kai, several strangers in black dragon cloaks watched the scene, their lips twitching. How could anyone withstand such a massive wave of alien beasts? It was truly terrifying. Hey, where's Master Yi? One of the family heads asked. Then he scanned the approaching horde, searching. Could something have happened to Master Yi? That single sentence made everyone's heart skip a beat. The family head behind him snapped. What the hell? What kind of crap are you spouting? He glared at the speaker, inwardly cursing him 1,000 times. You just had to suggest something awful happened to Mr. Yi. If Mr. Yi died, his daughter would be a widow. Everything would be ruined. Huh? Zhou Kai, intrigued, waited to see what kind of person this Master Yi was. Then, from above, a sharp cry echoed. A Qingling Depeng, a type of giant bird, swooped down towards them. Huh? Zhou Kai narrowed his eyes, watching it descend. Then, a figure dropped from the Depeng's back. Boom! The figure landed in front of them. It was Yunyi. Master Yi. Master Yi. Master Yi, you're back. The alien beasts in the barrier are mostly taken care of. You're so incredible, holding off this entire wave by yourself. that the family heads all chimed in at once. Yunyi ignored their words, focusing instead on Zhou Kai and his group. Who were these guys? He studied them, black dragon cloaks. Each cloak bore a black dragon emblem. The dragon's claws were sharp and realistic. The aura emanating from them was powerful. They were definitely not ordinary people. Diamond-level aliens, probably. When Zhou Kai noticed Yunyi's gaze, he approached and extended a hand. I'm Zhou Kai. Yunyi. Yunyi shook his hand. I didn't expect you to defend against this whole beast tide alone. That's incredible, Zhou Kai said, sizing him up. This guy looked younger, but was already so strong. A guy like that. He'd be a great recruit for the Barrier Alliance army. But they were still sticking to the original plan: check out the other barriers first, and hit up blue and white later. We're here on orders from the 9 generals. We're heading to the blue and white barrier later. We'll meet again then, Zhou Kai said. The 9 generals. The title caught Yunyi off guard. What was that supposed to be? He didn't quite get it, but it sounded pretty badass. At the same time, the diamond-level alien standing next to him visibly trembled when he heard the name. He shot a respectful glance at Zhou Kai and his men, bowing slightly. Yunyi noticed all of this. Okay, just look me up when you get here, and I'll buy you a drink, Yunyi said, hoping to get some more information. These guys clearly came from a higher-level barrier. Huh, sounds good. Zhou Kai hadn't expected Yunyi to be so easygoing. He quickly led his team away. Once they were gone, Yunyi turned to the diamond-level aliens. Have you heard of these 9 generals? Yunyi asked. Several of them nodded. Before the end of the world, we had 1st tier, 2nd tier, 3rd tier, and 4th tier cities. The 1st tier cities were the most densely populated. After the end, humans built barriers based on those cities. The 1st tier cities became super large barriers. And the 9 generals, they're king-level fighters. The strongest fighters in the 9 first-tier barriers, king level. The family heads were stunned. They were gold level now. Above that, was star level. And then, king level. King level was the highest they knew of. They might only be 2 levels away. But after gold level, every small level was like a gaping chasm. Not to mention the larger ones. That was an impassable divide. Yunyi listened intently. King level. His eyes lit up. He'd reach king level one day. But first things first. Gotta deal with the present. This battle had wrapped up pretty quickly. Time to clean up the battlefield. Let's clear this up and escort the remaining survivors to the blue and white barrier. Yunyi said, but everyone was silent. Survivors? How many were left? Most of the regular folks had been slaughtered before they even arrived. As for the remaining aliens, there were a decent amount of those. They nodded and started to clean up. Next was taking care of all the strange beasts there. Yunyi watched, eager to get back to the wedding. He didn't have much time to waste. Alright, you guys can take it from here. I've got something else to do, so I'm heading back. Yunyi's words left them speechless. They were on cleanup duty now. They were numb. Completely numb. Still, this trip had been pretty fruitful. They couldn't even move while Yunyi held off the beast tide. All the loot, including the strange beasts killed by Zhou Kai and his team, was theirs for the taking. That was pretty good. Yunyi jumped onto the Qingling Depeng's back. And flew away. Everyone watched him go with envious expressions. How great it would be to have a beast like that. Meanwhile, back at the garden. Sister you seem really interested in medicine. Let me tell you, my husband's amazing at making pills. He never screws them up, Dongfang Ruoyu said proudly. What? Yu Yan's jaw dropped at Dongfang Ruoyu's words. Never screwed them up. Even the best alchemists in the top barriers made mistakes sometimes. But her husband never did. Wow! That was incredible. Suddenly, Yunyi remembered seeing many different strains of herbs outside the blue and white barrier. All in a secret spot. And they felt really high quality. Yunyi had an idea. She'd pick them and bring them back for her husband. Sisters. I need to. Yunyi spoke, telling them she needed to go outside the barrier. The others nodded. Yunyi was, after all, the strongest among them. Once she left, the others began to worry. When do you think my husband will be back from dealing with the beast tide? He won't get hurt, will he? Zhou Huiwei and the others were worried, and their faces were full of concern, made worse by the fact they were pregnant. Emotions were running high. Don't worry, sisters, my husband will definitely come back soon. He'll be okay. Dongfang Ruoyu assured them. Others might not understand, but she'd seen Yunyi torture and kill Zhao Keng. Plus, after all their time together, her husband was practically a humanoid tyrannosaurus. Nothing could happen to him. Chapter 97 Yunyi is hunted. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Dongfang Ruoyu tried to reassure everyone. Meanwhile, Yunyi had already broken through the barrier. She was fully armed, moving like a commando in the jungle. After a moment's thought, she headed toward a specific plant, picked it, and stashed it in her backpack. She repeated this with a few other unique strains. The last plant she had her eye on was guarded by a late-stage golden alien beast. She hadn't wanted to tangle with it before, not because she was afraid. Today, however, she planned to just grab it. With that thought, Yunyi made her way in that direction. Soon, she spotted a massive black crystal leopard sound asleep. Just behind it, inside a cave, was the mutated eggplant, also encased in black crystal. Yunyi studied the leopard, narrowing her eyes. This thing was huge, even bigger than the storm-chasing leopard. And the black crystals embedded in its body gave it a noble air. An exotic beast like that was incredibly fast. If she couldn't take it down with one shot, things could get dicey. It might not be able to fight back, but escaping would be a challenge. Yunyi made up her mind. She drew her dagger, the blade flashing in the light. Then, she exploded into action, moving with incredible speed toward the black crystal leopard, so fast that the air around her cracked like thunder. The black crystal leopard's eyes snapped open, but it was too late. The dagger plunged into its eye, a deafening roar erupted. Yunyi pressed her attack, driving the dagger deeper. She yanked it out, and a massive, golden crystal core flew free. Catching it in her hand, Yunyi surveyed her kill with satisfaction. One-hit kill. She pocketed the crystal core, entered the cave, and grabbed the mutated eggplant. At the same time, in the distance, a team of people was approaching. Leading the group were a man and a woman, followed by a large entourage. Most of the group rode exotic beasts, but at the end, 2 people shared a single mount. Master Hu. That direction and that sound, it must be the black crystal leopard I scouted earlier. One of the group spoke up, a sinking feeling in his stomach. He'd been the point man, and he'd just found the black crystal leopard. The timing couldn't be worse. Master Hu's last mount had been killed by a stray arrow, leaving him without one. This black crystal leopard was late-stage golden. If they could tame it, it would be an incredible mount, capable of traveling thousands of miles a day, so they'd come out in force, ready to capture the beast. But now, they heard its death cry. As they drew closer, Master Hu dismounted. The rest followed suit, watching from a distance. Master Hu narrowed his eyes, his expression dark. What the hell? Who killed the black crystal leopard he wanted? He was planning to use it as a mount. His face was like thunder. He stared intently at the cave. Everyone nearby recognized that look. He was furious. And it seemed the leopard's killer was still inside. A fight was brewing. Inside the cave, Yunyi added the mutated eggplant to her basket, feeling pleased. She'd gathered all the exotic plants she'd found in the jungle and even snagged a late-stage golden crystal core. She stepped outside, coming. Hu Tian saw Yunyi emerge and froze. At first glance, he saw a girl with a great figure, but her face was hidden. Still, this couldn't stand. He eyed Yunyi's backpack. It looked heavy. A greedy glint sparked in Hu Tian's eyes, and he signaled to his men. Instantly, they charged toward Yu Yan. Huh! Yu Yan's eyes narrowed. An ambush. Damn them! She whirled, dagger in hand, ready to fight. Speed. Incredible speed. But her enemies were ready. One of them blocked her attack. Then, Hu Tian attacked with a blade. He slashed at Yu Yan's shoulder. The others were decent, but nothing special. Yu Yan was attacked from both sides. The blade grazed her face, slicing through her mask and revealing her beautiful face. Hu Tian's companion gasped. She couldn't believe her eyes. Cousin, isn't that the girl from the wanted poster? Hu Tian listened to Jing Xiaohan's words and then looked at Yu Yan. It really was her. The girl with the bounty on her head. Hu Tian grinned. She was even prettier in person. If he could take her back and make her his wife, they could definitely produce powerful offspring, just as planned. Take her alive, he ordered. His men closed in on Yu Yan. Yu Yan gritted her teeth. She'd walked right into a trap set by these bounty hunters. Damn these spoiled rich kids. She scanned the crowd, spotting several diamond stage fighters. This was going to be a bloodbath. Kill one, it's a draw. Kill two, it's a win. Too bad she couldn't go back to the garden and be with everyone, with her husband, but at least she hadn't brought any trouble to them. With that thought, Yu Yan charged, heading straight for Hu Tian. Death wish, Hu Tian roared, swinging his great sword at Yu Yan. Yu Yan dodged and thrust her dagger toward Hu Tian's heart. Her speed was astonishing. Snort. Ding. The sound of metal on metal. Hu Tian smirked. Trying for a one-hit kill, Yu Yan saw her dagger blocked by the sword and tried to attack again. But then, the girl appeared. Jing Xiaohan kicked Yu Yan in the shoulder. The force of an early diamond stage strike sent her flying. She crashed into the trees. Boom! The impact created a huge hole in a giant tree. Yu Yan flew through the other side. Chapter 98. Open your mouth. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Get them alive. Hu Tian got all fired up seeing this. I explained the situation again to everyone. He planned to snag the beauty and make her his wife. Killing her would be a total waste. Don't mess up her face, Hu Tian added, thinking ahead. Then he led the group forward. Yu Yan, regaining her balance, immediately charged ahead. Clang, clang, clang. Metal clashed. Yu Yan fought like a lion. Incredible power. But they outnumbered her. They could wear her down. They figured they could win a war of attrition with her. Yu Yan saw through their plan. She went straight for a late-stage gold-level fighter. Clang. Metal met metal. Yu Yan flung her dagger. Caught it in her other hand. And drove it into the guy's neck. Poof. Blood gushed out. Then, a diamond-level attacker leapt. Kicking at Yu Yan's stomach. But. Then. Whiz. A sound sliced through the air. A white streak flashed. Like tearing a hole in space. Poof. It pierced the diamond-level attacker's head right in front of Yu Yan. Red and white matter sprayed out. He dropped like a rock. Thud. Hu Tian and the others stared, eyes wide, in disbelief. What was that? That white light? How? A diamond-level alien, gone in an instant. They recalled what had happened days before. Hu Tian's face darkened. His mount had been taken out by an arrow from nowhere. And now? Yu Yan watched, too. Then, a hawk screeched. She looked up and saw a massive bird blotting out the sun. It was. She instantly felt safe and confident. Everyone else looked up at the giant bird. Huge. What kind of beast was that? Then, a small black dot detached from the bird. Headed their way. They scattered. Boom. Dust and smoke exploded. No one dared move. They just watched the smoke. Then, it cleared. Sonic boom echoed. A figure wielding a giant axe charged from the dust. He was after a diamond-level attacker. You. The diamond-level attacker saw how fast Yunyi came at him. He froze. Too late to defend. Poof. Flesh tore, and the attacker's head went flying. Didn't even see it coming. The others were stunned. Yunyi moved like lightning, reaping lives left and right. Screams filled the air. Everyone was terrified. They scattered. Yunyi took on another attacker. He watched the others run. He scoffed. They could run, sure, but he wouldn't let them get away. He grabbed his son's shooting bow. Drew it back. Notched an arrow. Then, let fly. Poof. The arrow went through the chest of a diamond-level attacker, bursting out the other side. Yunyi notched and fired again. Aliens dropped like flies. Hu Tian, already running, was panicking. Seriously losing it. Since the apocalypse, he'd become an alien. His family, too. Through power plays they'd built a powerful family with a fortified stronghold. He was used to calling the shots. Now he was hunted like prey. Then. Behind him. Wind roared. Another arrow. Streaking toward his back. Poof. The sound of something getting pierced. Hu Tian looked down at his chest, a gaping hole. He fell, defeated, only Jing Shaohan was left. Honey, shoot her, Yuyan said, excited, she was so thrilled. Her husband was even more awesome than she knew. Totally terrifying. Yunyi drew his bow, aiming at Jing Shaohan. And fired. Poof. Jing Shaohan's calf. Gored. Ah, she screamed. And fell, writhing in agony, her pretty face twisted in pain. Her delicate features contorted. Then, she saw Yunyi and Yuyan walking over. Fear filled Jing Shaohan's eyes. She trembled like a leaf. This guy. Horrifying. So scary. One person. Taking out their whole crew. She had zero chance against him. They reached Jing Shaohan. Yunyi set his axe on her neck. Then, he pulled out a god-level poison. This poison was something special. Weakening her without effort. And the pain would get worse over time. Open your mouth. What are you doing? Jing Shaohan looked at the pill, horrified. What was he going to force-feed her? Yuyan, seeing her hesitation, pinched her mouth open. Yunyi popped it in. Jing Shaohan swallowed. And felt everything change. Numbness. She couldn't even twitch. Poison. Yunyi lifted the axe. Ah, Jing Shaohan felt a surge of pain. She moaned. Yunyi said, let's tie her up, take her back, and squeeze her for every last bit of information. Good idea, honey, Yuyan smiled at Jing Shaohan. You were the one who kicked me, weren't you? Seeing Yuyan's smile, Jing Shaohan felt a chill. What now? Now she was powerless. Hiss. A tearing sound. Yuyan ripped her sleeve. Her bare arm appeared. Yuyan bound her hands. Hiss. Hiss. Yuyan kept tearing strips. Jing Shaohan blushed. Forgetting the pain. You. Let me go. What are you doing? What are you going to do? Chapter 99 Stuffing Socks. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Jing Shaohan was floored that Yuyan would do something like that. Her eyes went wide, and she thrashed around, but it was no use. Absolutely useless. She just swallowed something Yunyi forced on her. It had to be poison, powerful poison. It wasn't just stripping away her strength, it was causing her pain. That's why she was no match for Yu Yan, not even able to put up a fight. All she could do was hurl insults at Yi Yunyi and Yu Yan. Yi Yunyi glanced at Jing Shaohan, annoyed by her ranting. So noisy, he muttered, heading toward her. He grabbed one of her slender legs lying on the ground. Yi Yunyi paused, taking it in. Not bad, he thought. Jing Shaohan immediately went silent, staring at Yi Yunyi, her eyes wide with disbelief. This guy. Why is he grabbing my legs? She wondered. How had things turned so upside down? Yi Yunyi was calling the shots now, like a cat playing with a mouse. Yu Yan watched, equally stunned, waiting for her husband's next move. Then, before their eyes, Yi Yunyi took off Jing Shaohan's shoes, then her socks. I told you you're too noisy. In a flash, Jing Shaohan understood. The jerk was going to use her own socks to gag her. No. Jing Shaohan felt completely defeated. This was the ultimate torture. Open your mouth. I won't talk anymore. I promise. Okay. Jing Shaohan pleaded. Yi Yunyi smirked. So, you want me to use your socks, huh? Jing Shaohan just stared. Then, she opened her mouth. With that little problem taken care of, the world went quiet. Yi Yunyi looked at Jing Shaohan, then surveyed the scene. Yu Yan, take her back first. I'll clean up this mess, Yi Yunyi said. Yu Yan had been assessing the situation too. Hu Tian was the young master of a major league family. They needed to cover their tracks, or else there would be trouble. I'll stay and help, honey. Yu Yan offered. Yi Yunyi waved her off. Yu Yan knew not to argue. She took Jing Shaohan back to the garden. Back at the garden, everyone was curious about the girl Yu Yan brought back. And now that the concealing magic Yu Yan used on her faded away, it turned out that her outfit was, well, revealing. Really pushing the limits of fashion. Was it even supposed to be torn like that? Jing Shaohan, noticing everyone's stares, wanted to disappear. Girls, my husband's back. Yu Yan announced, looking at everyone. The girls perked up, relieved that their worries had been unfounded. But what was with this girl? Wait a minute. Zhou Huiwei noticed the thing stuffed in her mouth and was stunned. She went over for a closer look and recoiled. Was that a sock in her mouth? They looked at Yu Yan questioningly. Yu Yan just stared back, equally shocked. Sisters, I didn't do this. My husband did. The others nodded. It sounded like Yi Yunyi's handiwork. He was the only one who would do something like that. And the ripped outfit? Oh yeah. They figured it had to be him too. After all, most of their clothes were like that. Torn to shreds. They barely had anything left to wear. Sisters, I'll go find her a room, Yu Yan said, leading Jing Shaohan away. A little later, Yi Yunyi returned. After talking to the girls, he called over Qianhu and the others and took them to a secluded spot. He pulled out the bodies of Hu Tian and his cronies, plus some of the giant snake's flesh. Eat up. All of it. The three strange beasts looked disgusted. What was this garbage? They were used to eating god-level food. Why the downgrade? Yi Yunyi gave them a dark look and kicked one of them. Don't be so ungrateful. These are diamond and gold level creatures, stronger than you guys. There's even some mid-diamond giant snake. You're being too picky. Don't make me stew you when I get back, he added menacingly. The threat made them shudder. Yi Yunyi wasn't kidding. They started eating, but they were quickly stunned. This was nothing like the flesh they'd eaten before. The energy was explosive. They began to devour the corpses like crazy. All right, you take care of it, Yi Yunyi said, then went to Jing Shaohan's room. He untied her restraints. Tell me about those big families, Yi Yunyi said. Jing Shaohan scoffed, I'm not telling you anything. Okay, Yi Yunyi said, standing up. You may not know what kind of poison I gave you. Well, let me tell you. It not only turns you into an ordinary person with no power, but it also causes pain. Maybe you can handle it now, but it will get worse and worse. If you don't tell me now, the price will be a lot higher when you're begging me to tell you later. Enjoy. Yi Yunyi left. Jing Xiaohan was worried by Yi Yunyi's words, but what could she do? After Yi Yunyi left, he thought about Jing Xiaohan's revealing outfit. The girl had a great figure, too. That's okay for later, but Yu Yan had really learned the art of tearing clothes from him, just the right amount. Thinking about it, Yi Yunyi realized something: these girls of his didn't have enough clothes. He'd ripped most of them up himself. I've done wrong. Yi Yunyi thought. He could go get them some clothes. Chapter 100 Ninghui Divine Eyes. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Okay, Yi Yunyi waited a bit, time to head out. Outside, someone knocked. It was the head of the household, looking thrilled. Huh? Yi Yunyi figured these guys must be back. Pretty quick turnaround. Master Yi. We're back, and your stuff's been delivered. Wanna come take a look? The head of the family asked respectfully. They'd seen Yi Yunyi handle those beasts, a whole mess of them at diamond and gold levels. Dude was strong. Yi Yunyi nodded and followed. He checked out his stuff. Everything was there. These guys weren't about to steal from him. He got them to help him skin the three-tailed white fox, and gather all the other soft furs. Then he headed to the Crystal Core trading market and walked into a clothing store. I need some nice clothes made from this, he said, dumping everything out. The shop assistant's eyes bugged out. Whoa! Is that diamond-level exotic beast fur? And more than one. Big spender alert. Yi Yunyi pulled out some high-level crystal cores, and the boss's eyes lit up. Sir, what are the sizes? Yi Yunyi rattled off the dimensions. He knew his wife's measurements by heart. The boss jotted them down. Sir, don't you worry, we'll get this done ASAP. Guaranteed satisfaction. Yi Yunyi nodded. Meanwhile, the heads of the households were stoked. They'd scored a bunch of exotic beast resources, plus some surviving aliens who'd joined their families. Their power had gotten a major boost. This trip was a win. They were happily counting their loot when news arrived. Masters. This is from Master Yi. It was an invitation. A huge banquet, tonight. The heads of the household's eyes bulged. Hadn't they just done this? Why again? Was this even legal? They were freaking out inside, but what could they do? They sighed. Go prepare a gift for Mr. Yi. That night, they arrived at the garden. Same garden. Same lanterns. Same Bai Jishi with her flowery smile, accepting gifts. Same bitter looks on their faces. Everything was the same, except their family fortunes were dwindling. Even with this recent boost, it wasn't enough. On stage, Yi Yunyi looked at the girl. She was blushing, looking at him shyly and submissively. She was a bride on her wedding day. The banquet ended. Yi Yunyi took the girl to the garden's most secluded room and kicked the door shut. Everything went smoothly. He'd done this 100 times. The next day, Yi Yunyi emerged, feeling refreshed. A notification popped up. Congratulations to the host for successfully marrying a wife. Advanced card creation progress increased by 20%, now at 70%, 0.70%. Not bad. If he finished that card, he could become a star-level early stage. Plus, with his god-level skills, he'd be stronger than a star-level middle stage. Then another notification: congratulations to the host wife for her successful pregnancy. Reward: Ninghui Divine Eyes. Pregnant again. He was used to this. As for the reward, Yi Yunyi was curious. Suddenly, his eyes felt different, a slight burning pain. Then things became clearer. He checked out the Ninghui Divine Eyes. These weren't just better eyes. They could analyze an enemy's movements and even create hallucinations or cause them to lose focus. Sweet. In high-level battles, a split second could mean everything. This would give him the edge. Yi Yunyi checked his stats. Name: Yi Yunyi. Height: 185 centimeters. Level: late diamond stage. Skills: rapid absorption. God-level hunting skills, Joyo Chi, Level 2, God-level movement, Vajra indestructibility, Level 2, Ninghui divine eyes, weapons, battle axe, Level 2, sun shooting sky bow, Level 2, items. 19 God-level alien beast control pills, 20 dead soldier puppets, early diamond stage, 9 bottles of God-level alien beast blood pure liquid reward, 99 poison pills, 99 antidote pills, 99 tracking charms, advanced card creation progress, 70%. Meanwhile, back at the first line of defense, Pan Shuechuan, who had returned with his venom glands, stood there, seeing that the poison elixir used to fight poison with poison was made from the venom glands of the giant snake she brought back. It was ready. At this time, she was also worried. Look at the old man on the main seat. The person in charge was none other than the head of her Pan family. At this time, the hair is gray. Even though he is a powerful stranger at the star level, he still has almost no energy. Sitting there was no sparkle in his eyes. Just watching the poison pill being held up, there was still a glimmer of hope in his eyes. Then, he took the poison pill. Then he swallowed it directly. Without a trace of hesitation. It can be said that the ship has been burnt. At this moment, everyone in the Pan family was on tenterhooks. After all, success or failure depends on this. If successful, that family is guarded by a star-level stranger. There will be no problem at all in expanding our territory in the future. But what if it fails? The Pan family may be eaten by other families.